What is up, everybody? I'm Gojo, and I'm bringing you guys this new What If. Also, I'm doing this What If because it's a subscriber special since I've been able to reach 289 subscribers. It's almost close to 290 and almost close to actually 300 subscribers. So you can say this is a kind of an early 300 subscribers sub special. So, yeah. So this is your the title already, or you haven't read it. This is what if I was born with Ultra Instinct and was the son of the Grand Priest. Yes, this will actually make me a hybrid angel from the Dragon Ball universe. If only my mother would still be a mortal, and I'll be practically a hybrid of an angel. I will most likely look like a human or a Saiyan in that type, since I'll most likely look like this, as you can see. Now, as you guys remember, I'm a incredibly powerful and strong individual. Of course, the Grand Priest, of course, would have trying to find a woman that he can fall in love with. Of course, wanting to have children different from the type he created. He created the angels due to his life force, but he wants to actually have a pure blooded child. He actually wonders that and eventually draws to a different universe, eventually arriving at one of the universes that didn't erase a long time ago. Eventually able to find a human woman who was able to survive. Eventually, the Grand Priest was able to marry her, and eventually they both had a child, that being myself. Eventually, the Grand Priest decided to name me Yamoshi. This name kind of suits me because he thinks about the power of the Saiyans and how wise Yamoshi was to use the power of the Super Saiyan God. So he decided to name me like this, since my appearance kind of reminds him of Yamoshi, since I'm incredibly strong. Naturally, I'll be born with Ultra Instinct. I'll be born with Ultra Instinct and I'll have it as a base form. The true power of Ultra Instinct will be reliant in my base forms due to me being a hybrid of an angel. Of course, I can go in and out of Ultra Instinct, but for now, in this moment, I'm still born in Ultra Instinct. So this will most likely mean that in base, I'm using Ultra Instinct, which would be surprising by the Grand Priest because he did not expect that, but he's pretty proud of me. Eventually, after many years, after I grow into being a teenager, the Grand Priest decides to train me as he even tells me about my other siblings. Of course, I'll be pretty surprised and excited to meet them, but of course, I had to train first, and I don't mind training as well. Eventually, the Grand Priest trains me for over 10 years. Eventually, I'm able to reach my adulthood, and of course, I visit my mother from time to time. Eventually, after I reach my adulthood, I'm able to fully grasp on the power of my angel side, able to use Ultra Instinct and True Ultra Instinct just like my father. I cannot use the Seraphim form that he possesses alongside my siblings, but I'm able to utilize the power of Ultra Instinct to a much higher extent than all of them combined. All my siblings combined cannot even match my level of Ultra Instinct, and my father is the only one who can match my Ultra Instinct to its fullest capacity, which just shows how powerful I am. Of course, most of the events that would happen in Dragon Ball will still go the same. At the time, I would be most likely between 7 years old, still being pretty young but pretty powerful in my own right. Of course, I don't know about Zeno and his guards, as the guards will sometimes train with me so they can increase my power, and eventually I'll grow a lot stronger, being the strongest hybrid mortal to ever exist. Of course, Whis knows about me since I'm his brother, but of course some of the other shorts don't know about me being the brother of Whis, Vados, and some of the other angels, alongside being the son of the Grand Priest. Of course, eventually I'll decide to use my own staff to teleport to my brother's universe, Whis. As I teleport to his universe, as I see Whis watching over Beerus and Goku battling it out as Goku is a Super Saiyan God. I asked Whis what was going on, and Whis will explain to me about the prophecy of the Super Saiyan God and how Goku became a Super Saiyan God. I'll be pretty surprised to actually see a Saiyan at his full power, and I'll be pretty impressed. I'll then smoke and ask Whis if I can join the battle. Whis of course tells me that I can do whatever I want, since I'm not restricted to the role of the angel, since I'm a hybrid. And that rule does not apply to me, only to the pure blood ones. I would smile as I nod to Whis, with Whis nodding back as I fly, putting my staff of course close to Whis so he can watch over. Whis of course is kind of proud of me seeing how confident I am, since I was used to be so shy around them and actually never actually showed that much gratitude. But eventually, I was able to grow a lot from it. Of course, I went to win the battle between Goku and Beerus. Of course, Beerus will be slightly irritated and will try to erase me, but with just a flick of my finger, I was able to destroy the Hakai. With Beerus being surprised, as I tell him that this should not be how he should trade the brother of his master, should he? Of course, Beerus is shocked to actually see that I'm the brother of Whis. Of course, Beerus thinks that I'm hallucinating or just lying, but as I power up to Ultra Instinct just in my base form alone, He's shocked and actually sees that I'm telling the truth. Eventually, I decide to battle both Beerus and Goku at the same time. And with ease, I'm able to walk on the floor with both of them. Even after Beerus is able to use Ultra Instinct, his Ultra Instinct is just a kind of incompleted, while mine is fully completed and going far beyond its limits. So that's why I'm able to beat both Goku and Beerus with no difficulty, as I'm able to use Ultra Instinct. With this, of course, I'll be easily able to defeat them both. Of course, you will be surprised to see a mortal who's incredibly strong. Naturally, we to explain to everyone that I'm his brother, and my name is Emoshi. And will be surprised they will look at me and they wonder if I'm a Saiyan, but I tell them that I'm a human, but I'm also a hybrid angel. Which surprises everyone and we explains why and everything about what happens. Of course, even Bears is shocked to know that the Grand Prix actually had a child with a human. He's kind of surprised, but he kind of respects that since it's the Grand Prix choice, so he doesn't have to say anything about it. Eventually, of course, I decided to train both Goku and Vegeta as my students. Of course, we will be kind of irritated, but he has to accept that since he sees that I have the capabilities of training both of them, and I know how they much want to fight, so that's why I can teach them a lot. Eventually, I teach Goku and Vegeta how to utilize the power of Super Saiyan God, due to me, of course, being born with God Ki and Angel Power. So then most likely I have much more experience than both of them combined. Eventually, of course, I was able to teach them the power of Super Saiyan God and even help them master it, eventually achieving Super Saiyan Blue after my training. Of course, Goku and Vegeta are a lot stronger than their canon counterparts due to my training and traversing the timeline. I also see a lot of potential in Gohan, also Goten and Trunks, and I wanted to train them. Of course, Chi will be against that, but I did not care about Chi opinion. I'll just take both Gohan and Goten without even bothering even telling her, since I kinda don't care about Chi opinion. This is my choice and my choice alone. Eventually I will train alongside Trunks as I able to teach him some moves. Eventually I will able to teach both Goten, Trunks, and Gohan how to use Super Saiyan God Blue. As Goku will be the only one who is able to master them. While both Goten and Trunks were stuck at Blue, but they cannot fully master it. But they are able to increase their powers to a much more higher extent than before, due to their power and strength increasing. Of course, I'm still able to grow stronger and a lot more powerful as the time goes by. With me, of course, continue to train as I'm incredibly strong. Eventually, my power will be able to reach all my siblings in just my base form. With my Ultra Instinct on top, I'm able to match my father, the Grand Priest, or Daishinkin, which means that I'm a lot more powerful. Of course, nobody knows about my existence except my siblings and my father and Zeno-sama. Of course, I do respect Zeno-sama, but of course I sometimes call him Zenny if I have to, so I don't mind it. Of course, I continue to train both Gohan, Goten, Trunks, and Vegeta alongside Goku, as I teach them how to utilize their own God Ki. Of course, when Frieza arrives, Goku and Vegeta are easily able to wipe the floor with him, having no difficulty using only Super Saiyan God due to their God Ki being fully mastered thanks to me. With my help, I'll continue to train them. Eventually, I would realize that Vegeta is much more on the side of destruction than the power of Ultra Instinct. So I decided to teach only Gohan, Goten, and Goku how to utilize the power of Ultra Instinct, and both of them decided to take this path as they continue to utilize that training. While Beerus decided to train both Trunks and Vegeta how to use the power of a God of Destruction. With this, of course, they were able to increase their power massively. Well, of course, Vegeta and Trunks were able to achieve Ultra Ego, while Goku, Gohan, and Goten were able to achieve Ultra Instinct Sign or Omen, which is an incredibly impressive power. Of course, with their own power, they were easily able to overpower their previous counterparts to a much more higher extent. As Goku in his base form is strong as Super Saiyan Blue, and with Ultra Instinct, he's even stronger than his Master Ultra Instinct in the Moral arc, which brings him to a much higher degree of power than ever before. Of course, with Goku being a lot stronger, he'll be a lot more powerful than before. Of course, the tournament between your 6 and your 7 will still begin. Of course, Champa will be confused on who I am, but even Chapter for those explains that I'm her brother. I mean, immediately Champa would apologize for being, of course, rude to me, and would tell everyone to bow to me since I'm incredibly strong and powerful. Since I'm the son of the Grand Priest, the pure, you could say the blood one. So yeah. Because of this, everyone will bow. Of course, except Goku, Vegeta, and the others from Euro 7. Since I kind of don't want them to bow, since I don't kind of like people bowing to me, since it's kind of a boring factor. And I think I deserve some respect as a normal person, not as something as a god beyond them. Even though I am, I just don't want to be treated as one too much. So yeah. Of course, the battle will still go the same. But of course, when the tournament does go the same, I'll of course visit Zamasu with Whis and Beerus. But of course, my position will be much more sharper than both of them, as I'll able to utilize and even read Zamasu's mind, able to predict that he actually wants to kill all the mortals. I'll be kind of disgusted by Zamasu and how he dares to do that, since the mortals want to adapt and evolve, and he has only seen those of the medieval eras, and he has not seen every mortal. That kind of angers me since my mother is a mortal herself, alongside myself since I'm a hybrid. That angers me a lot, but I decided to hold my anger back, since I know I must stay calm and collective. Which of course I help Goku and Vegeta with the battle against Goku Black. And I'm easily able to overpower Goku Black, but I decided to take him under my wing. Of course, Black will try to resist me or trying to overpower me, but everything he does is just futile since I can steal his powers and even defeat him in base form due to my strength being beyond his. In which I decided to train Black, is eventually, after Black is able to realize his mistake, he apologized to me. I decided to erase Zamasu since I don't need him anymore. Since this part of Zamasu is too far gone, while Black was able to redeem himself, I don't think that this Zamasu can. Of course, the immortal Zamasu was indeed sealed, so you don't have to worry about it. Of course, with everything going the same, most likely a tournament power will still begin, except that Frieza will not appear, and only Goku Black will be replacing Frieza. With me, of course, watching in the battle stance. Of course, I decided to join a battle after Goku is in trouble. With, of course, some of the destroyers being irritated by me joining the battle since it's not allowed. But since I'm practically a hybrid angel, I can practically do whatever I want. And the Grand Prix is not against it, unless I Xenon himself. Of course, when the other gods realize what I am, they'll easily be shocked and kind of worried about their universe. Even Belmont will be kind of shocked since he knows that Margaret is stronger than him, but he doesn't know if Jiren can actually handle my power. Of course, Jiren is a lot stronger than before due to his training and the timeline being a lot more different. Of course, Jiren will try to face my power, but just in base, I'm able to match Jiren's full power. Of course, when Jiren does go into his limit break form, I just use Ultra Instinct Omen in base form. Not using it as a transformation, just in base. In this, with ease, I'm able to overpower Jiren and easily knock him out of the arena. Eventually, Goku, of course, is able to defeat the rest of the universe, alongside Vegeta and the entire Universe 7 team, as they still do the same which they did in the original. Of course, with the most of the events going the same as the original, the Moro arc and the Granola arc will still go as the original, as I'm able to help alongside Goku Black since he's my student. Naturally, many years would have passed as I'm practically a half immortal, so I cannot age and I can still live longer than any being. Of course, eventually, after many years, everything will go peacefully for the Z Fighters as I'll just watch over it. Eventually, after many years, I would then take the place on my father's throne as I became a new Grand Priest, while Goku Black was decided to become my apprentice and the next God of Destruction for the entire multiverse. While Vegeta becomes the next God of Destruction Universe 7, Goku becomes the angel for Universe 7 himself, as everyone has their own peaceful life. But guys, it's the end of this full story. See you guys in the next one. Sayonara, my Z fans. See you next time.